Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry I haven't made a video in a while. I've been really busy with a new job and moving, so a lot going on in my life right now. But I'm really happy to make another video, get this off my heart. It's something that I'm very passionate about, as you know, relationships. So today I'm going to talk about some quick relationship tips and tricks to help you with your relationship or your future relationship. Totally okay to be single. I am a strong believer in being single and happy is a wonderful thing. We shouldn't feel like we have to be in a relationship in order to be happy. That means we're missing something within ourselves. So if you are single, that is totally fine and that's great. Take your time, go out on dates, get to know various people, and find someone that you're really excited about and you're sure that they're a good person. So without further ado, I want to get into those tips and tricks to get us started today. First thing is the love languages. I'm sure you've heard of those by now. Love languages are really popular, and the theory is that there's 5 of them. There's physical touch, acts of service, gifts, praise, or words of affirmation, and quality time. My theory is that quality time is important in any relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship or a friendship. If you don't spend time with people, that relationship is going to fall apart. It's not going to strengthen and continue. But I do think that attention is a love language, and that's just my theory. That's not the official 5 love languages, but I think some people really crave attention from another person, and that's something that they need in order to feel loved. So why am I bringing up love languages? Well, they're super important when it comes to your relationship. So everybody has different love languages, and you can have more than one, but typically folks have a primary love language. So for example, mine is acts of service. So I love when my partner does things to help me out, just small tasks or chores, helping me in the morning, whatever that is to help make my day easier really helps me to feel loved. Whereas for her, it's attention. So giving her attention really helps her to feel loved and cared for. So although mine's not attention, I'm very keen on giving her attention so that she feels loved. And she's very keen on doing acts of services for me. It's so important that we recognize what our partner's love language is so that we can help them to feel loved and vice versa. In a healthy relationship, of course. When I said quality time is important for any relationship, it's really important that we do that together. And this can be a compromise or it can be taking turns. But doing activities together where the focus is having a good time, spending time with one another, just building that relationship. And I think they call it quality time because it's not spent arguing or fighting, but instead it's spent growing with each other and enjoying each other's company. So it's really important that you spend quality time together as well, but also avoiding any fighting, arguing, which can turn it to poor quality time. So want to be really careful there. Next is not arguing in general. So arguing is very toxic for any relationship. It's very disrespectful, it's hurtful to start attacking one another, pointing the finger. What we want to do is disagree and respectfully. So not name calling, not bringing up the past, not pointing fingers. We want to just say, this isn't working for me, sticking to I statements, and trying to be as kind as possible. We have to be able to disagree in order to have any functional relationship. Otherwise, we can't get our needs met, and annoyances can snowball into huge problems. So we've got to be able to communicate and disagree peacefully and respectfully. So if that's something you're struggling with, I encourage you to look up some communication techniques on how to disagree respectfully. Assertive communication is the term. So that's a really effective thing for your relationship. Lastly, we want to make sure we're on the same team. I say teamwork makes the dream work. It's very true in terms of a relationship. So you cannot have a healthy relationship where both of you are on different teams or on your own team where you're just advocating for yourself, looking out for self-interest. It is a team and it's only as strong as its weakest member. So maybe your life is going a lot better right now than your partner's. Well, the answer there is to help out, kind of help pull some of their load to help them feel better. And if they're really struggling and not doing anything to make that situation better, we want to make sure we convict them and not condemn, so that they're inspired, that they feel like we're only trying to help them get better. We don't want to enable them, continuously do something when they're avoiding trying to repair that or better themselves. But at the same time, we don't want to leave them stranded. So it's a gray area, but it's very clear when you overstep those bounds into enabling or condemning, where you're criticizing that person. We want to make sure we're holding them accountable, but also helping when needed. So guys, thanks for joining me today. I hope these tips and tricks are helpful for you and yours. I hope your relationship's going really well. And if not, know that that's okay. Not every relationship works out for the long haul, and that's just part of life. So as best you can, handle that respectfully and kindly. It's good to be nice to each other. Until next time, you guys have a blessed day, week, month. Take care.